High in the mystical mountains, deep in Rwanda's highlands, lies a hidden sanctuary, untouched, untamed, and unforgettable. This is where the journey begins, in the heart of gorilla country. I am about to step into a world few are privileged to experience. Rare and endangered primates, majestic gorillas, clever chimpanzees, and the elusive golden monkeys live hidden in these ancient forests. I am yet to meet them, but the promise of that encounter fills me with wonder and hope. Join me as I journey into their realm, where every moment reminds us of nature's delicate balance. Surrounded by misty mountains and ancient forests, this is where the journey to meet the gorillas begin. Quiet, peaceful, untouched.
Africa, birthplace of humankind and the animal kingdom. There has been so many documentaries about Africa, and everyone has their own way of telling their stories. And I would like to share with you my experiences through this travel documentary. I don't call itself as a blog because I'm not going to show you about how we reach here and other things. Rather than that, I would like to focus on areas which are very vital for the humankind in future.
I'm staying at Gorilla Mountain Lodge, tucked away in nature, with green hills stretching as far as the eyes can see. It feels like a world of its own.
It's so exciting.
As I walk toward my cabin, all I can hear are birds, the breeze, and my own footsteps. The serenity around purifies my soul. The room is simple yet spacious, warm and welcoming. Big windows open to forest views. A giant gorilla statue in the garden marks its supremacy and provides a big inspiration to the tourists.
Mountain Gorilla Lodge is one of the best lodge around. For sure, it's only the lodge can host a quite number of people. And the way you can see the beauty of this lodge, it's only the lodge which is facing the 3 volcanoes around. You can see Muhabura, Gahinga, Sabinyo. So those are home of gorillas. So the airport to here, it's about 3 hours. You can see safe drive. And from here to the park headquarters, it's only 20 minutes. I'd like to also let you know that this mountain called the Sabinyo is the one with 3 borders of 3 countries. The other side is Uganda, there is D R C, Congo, and this is Rwanda.
I have just arrived at the Gorilla Mountain Lodge here in Rwanda, which is just adjacent to the Gorilla National Park. I'm so excited. Tomorrow is the D-Day for me to watch the gorillas in their natural habitat. I was fascinated by gorillas right from my childhood, seeing them in the comic pages and several books of adventure. And now it's time for me to experience all that. And I'm going to show you around. Hope you enjoy as much as I do.
Everything here makes me wonder, is it the time to touch my dream?
So Andy, you are most welcome. The gorillas you are going to see, they were first seen by a German called Captain von Beringia. And that time when he came, he managed to kill 2 gorillas and took them in Berlin Museum. That's why scientifically the gorillas are called Gorilla Beringi through the first person who saw the gorillas from Germany. Came Diana Fossey, a long way from America. She decided to live in this forest where we are going today. She's having also Ellen DeGeneres Diana Fossey Gorilla Fund. It's a very big museum. I would like to impress you if you have time. Make sure you visit the museum.
Sure.
In Rwanda, we are having 14 gorilla groups for tourism, meaning in the peak season, we have 102 tourists for gorilla in peak season. Each group is allocated 8 people. Can we learn a gorilla language?
Sure.
Let's try. Yes, that is a friendly voice. A gorilla is in a very good mood. Look at my face with a stony face. That's a warning sound. Okay. Suppose a gorilla wants to eat the plants behind you. Sometimes they can pass just close to us. And then because he's carrying his baby, then he says he wants you to give him more space. Our gorillas, we communicate with them and they communicate with us.
Okay.
We try to respect
all
the rules. We visit the gorillas 1 hour. The reason is not to stress them. We need a good distance of 7 to 10 meters.
Okay.
The gorillas, but they don't know rules. Sometimes they will come close to us, so a gorilla may touch you. Sometimes. But please, don't touch him back. Give you mask.
Okay.
This mask helps us for the gorillas not to contaminate you or we contaminate them. We'll be talking in whispers. The gorillas are not used to people who talk louder. So avoid gestures. Look at the baby. Look at the silverback. Oh, just stand who you are, take a picture, and then after 1 hour, we leave the gorillas. If you have a big camera, don't use flash.
No.
Flash frightens the gorillas and they can change their behavior. Sometimes the gorilla can charge. When he's going to charge, whoo, 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 and then he beats up his chest. So when he's charging, he do it running. He can do running the other way and he can do running towards you. So what we do, we have to submit in front of him. We have people we call trackers. I cannot come from here and show you the gorilla. Those are the gorillas. Right now, I don't know where they are. They are the people who will tell me where the gorillas are. And gorillas keep moving everywhere. So if we miss them, we have to see our gorilla group called Amahoro.
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 The one which we are going to see today.
Yes. There are 2 silverback.
Okay.
5 females, blackbacks, juveniles, babies. The youngest baby is less than 6 months.
Wow.
So it's very small.
Thank you, Edward, for your valuable inputs and the rules of viewing the gorillas.
Hi everyone, Pax here, majestic mountain gorillas. We have put so much effort in conservation and in developing infrastructure to make sure everything happens smoothly. And that's why the country is growing fast, because with the light infrastructure, you attract investors, you attract tourists like Ande here, who chose out of the 3 countries where you can see gorillas, he chose to come to Rwanda because it is safe.
How many gorillas are there right now?
We are having 1,063 gorillas in 3 countries, Congo, Uganda, and Rwanda.
And how many in Rwanda?
In Rwanda, we have half of the population, around 500.
500.
Yes.
How many families when we are talking about groups?
Remember we said we have 14 gorilla groups
Uh-huh.
for tourists, and then we have 11 gorilla groups for research. What
Okay.
Diana first was doing, we are still doing that.
Okay.
Yeah. This mountain is called Visoki. On top, there is a very beautiful crater lake. We have every day many people hiking the mountain. And we have 5 volcanoes we hike. I want to present to you my colleague. He's one of the truckers.
Hello.
He's having a gun. In this forest, apart from gorillas, we have golden monkeys, we have buffaloes, we have elephants. So we cannot enter even the forest without him,
Okay.
without someone with the gun. But be sure 100% the gorillas, the buffaloes are not aggressive at all. The team of truckers, I call these people heroes because without them, there's no gorilla. How can I come from the office, a guide, and show you the gorillas? So for them, they wake up very early in the morning looking for the gorillas because gorillas make new nests every day. So for us, now we are going to visit gorillas. For them, they need to know where the gorillas will sleep today. As a big group of 23 members, a Mahoro group, remember we said it is a peaceful group. Amahoro means peace. So in case we see 10, 15, they have to go and check if other gorillas are in the group or they have gone another way. Again, sometimes we miss a gorilla because he's sick, in one of the groups. We have a team of gorilla doctors. In your free time, check gorilla doctors. They are doing a very good job. Without them, these gorillas will be finished. Any gorilla who gets sick, we treat them.
Today, I set out on a trek deep into the heart of Rwanda's forest. Every step on the narrow, winding path felt both exciting and humbling. As I walk, I can hear the crunch of gravel and the soft rustle of the leaves underfoot. The air is cool and fresh, and there's a quiet that seems to speak of a secret world just waiting to be discovered. I am following local trackers who know this land as if it were their own backyard. Their calm and steady steps give me a sense of reassurance. I notice the patterns in the trees, the way the sunlight filters through the canopy, and I can't help but feel that I'm becoming a part of this ancient landscape. I'm not just walking, I'm connecting with a place that has been seen countless stories unfold. The guides share their wisdom along the way, telling me about the history of these trails and how every part of the forest plays a role in the lives of its creatures. Their words make me feel that I'm not simply on a hike, but on a personal journey where nature, history, and life come together. In these moments, I realize that the beauty of this place isn't just in its scenery. It's in every sound, every rustle, every silent glance exchanged with the forest.
You can see there on the hill, we have a gorilla there.
After hours of trekking, I finally reach a clearing where everything seems to pause for just a moment.
and then I see them.
He's there. And the baby.
Wow. This is so good.
This is something? What is the sound?
Is this the silverback?
Yes. And one of his babies.
A family of gorillas moving slowly among the trees. My heart skips a beat. In that instant, the forest grows even quieter, and I find myself holding my breath in awe. There they are, living so naturally in this green, quiet world. I watch them as they move gently, their every gesture filled with quiet dignity. It's as if time has slowed down just for me. I see the tender way they interact, the young ones staying close to their elders, the calm, watchful gaze of each member of the group.
It's such an exciting, thrilling, and fascinating experience to be amidst gorillas in Rwanda.
Thank you, Andy.
This is something you can see as close as this. You can literally touch them, but we are not allowed to touch them as they are endangered species. The way why we are wearing the mask is not to contaminate them, not for us. It is for them. Their health needs to be secured, and we need to make them survive in this harsh environment.
It's a powerful reminder of life at its most raw and beautiful. In that first encounter, I feel not just excitement, but an overwhelming sense of respect. I realize I'm witnessing something very rare, a glimpse into a world that most of us only dream about. I'm deeply moved by the connection I feel, as if the forest itself has opened up its heart to me. This moment isn't just about seeing the wild animals, it's about feeling the pulse of nature and the humble power of life. Then came the moment I had been waiting for, a close encounter with the silverback. I found myself face to face with the leader of the group, a magnificent creature who exudes quiet strength and wisdom. For a long moment, we simply looked at each other, and I felt a mix of awe, humility, and even a little bit of fear.
These gorillas, we share 98% D N A, so they are very close to humans. Their intelligence, they are too close. They know to distinguish from good and bad.
Yes.
Gorillas don't drink water at all. What they are eating is called a thistle.
Okay.
It has lots of water. When they are thirsty, they eat that plant.
Oh, I see.
As I stood there, I felt like a small part of something much larger than myself. It reminded me of the quiet power of nature, the way every creature plays its own vital role. I left that encounter feeling both inspired and incredibly humbled. It's a moment I know will stay with me, a personal reminder of the strength, dignity, and tenderness that exists in the wild.
Plants you're talking about, we call them stinging nettles. Avoid the stinging nettles. Do you feel them? Look, these are the stinging nettles.
These ones.
Don't touch them. They sting a lot.
These ones.
Yes.
Yes, they are stinging a lot.
Back to gorillas, the gestation period is 9 months like human. And that female will give a baby. From 1 day to 3 years and a half, it's the mother who cares for that baby. By the first 6 months, the mother is always with that baby. And then, from 3 years and a half to 6, we call them juveniles. These are babies, they're still babies, but their mother have stopped looking after them. They can do everything on their own. But the female who has stopped looking after the baby, again, she's ready to conceive. Female gorillas, they make between 4 and 6 babies into their entire life. And then female gorillas, in the history of Volcanoes National Park here in Rwanda, we have 2 cases of twins. The first twins, they are 20 years. The second twins, they are 14 years. And then we have another category of gorillas from 6 years to 8 years. Let's talk on the side of females. That's the time they start feeling they are mature. When they reach 8, these females, in the same group they are in, they decide to leave the group and they join other groups. The reason, they want to avoid inbreeding with their father. And then we have another categories of 8, 9, 10, 11. For the males, we call them blackbacks. These are males who have started developing huge size. I like calling them troublemakers all the time, beating up their chest. But when they have reached 12, they have already completely changed to the silvery color. So in our group, we are having 2 silverbacks, and all females belongs to the dominant male. And number 2, I like I nicknamed him a cheater because he's mature as a silverback and he wants to mating. So when he's convincing a female, he's cheating. So when he's cheating, he gets serious punishment. The gorillas, they have long canines for eating and defending themselves. So when they are punishing, they bite. The gorillas, they eat 200 species of plants. And most of the best food for the gorillas is bamboo leaves. And then when it comes to bamboo shoots, there's too much sugar in that plant. So sometimes the gorilla goes sugar high. When they go sugar high, their behavior changes completely. And these days, the bamboo shoot is finished, but still you can eat the bamboo shoot, the bamboo leaves, and they can also eat the celeries. They can also eat other different plants we will show you in the forest. The way they breastfeed the females is the same like human. You saw how the mom is carrying her baby on the back and taking care. It's the same.
Over the next few moments, I found myself silently observing the group as they went about their day. I watched as the younger gorillas learned from their elders, imitating every careful gesture and playful interaction. There was a little chaos in the behavior, the way they communicate with soft grunts, tender pats, and shared glances that spoke volumes without a single word. I could see the silverback's protective presence as he watched over them, always alert yet calm. In these simple interactions, I felt a deep connection to my own family back home.
The way these gorillas bond, share care, and work together reminded me of how important it is to protect and nurture our relationships.
Oh.
Despite their formidable strength, mountain gorillas exhibit a gentle, empathetic nature which, coupled with ongoing conservation efforts, paints a hopeful picture for these incredible creatures. Standing there as the gorillas slowly came alive before me, I felt as if the heroes from King Kong had stepped out of the pages of a story and into the real world. In that instant, these magnificent creatures, so powerful yet so tender, became more than just animals of the street. They stood before me like living legends, and witnessing them was nothing short of a miracle. Their quiet strength and noble presence filled me with an inner power, a conviction that I fear no one. It was as if, in that moment, the wild itself whispered to me that I was meant to be brave and to embrace the awe of this unforgettable encounter. Mountain gorillas are a marvel of the natural world, known not only for their impressive size, but also for their surprisingly gentle social behavior. High in the misty mountains of Rwanda and neighboring regions, these primates from tightly knit family groups led by a dominant silverback whose striking silver hair is as much a symbol of his leadership as it is an awe-inspiring sight.
How was your experience today?
The experience was beyond my words. I have been trying to come here in Rwanda for last 2 years, but unfortunately I couldn't. But finally, when I reach here and seeing the gorillas is just like dream coming true.
Yeah.
And I never expected to see the gorillas at such a close distance. It's really amazing to see these primates in their natural habitat. The way they are eating, the way they are, climbing the trees and they're breaking the branches. It's an amazing see to watch. Unfortunately, it's time for me to go because it's 1 year already. I would have spent the whole day here, but can't be helped. These creatures need to be preserved. So we should give them enough time to be on their own.
For me, this part of the journey was a lesson in life itself. It taught me about patience, respect, and the beauty of simple, unspoken communication. Every gesture, every look, every small noise in the forest told a story of togetherness and survival. A story that is both ancient and ever new. I left that moment with a quiet promise to myself to remember that connection, to be kinder, and to cherish the bonds that make us who we are.
It's hard to understand until actually you do it. Some people don't know what to expect. until you meet them, your breath is taken away. I have had people with all kinds of emotions. I've had people cry. I've had people who come here as their dying wish. They people who are super old, but they hear the stories. They get to learn about gorillas, and then they're like, "We want to see these creatures before we die." And they come here, and when you talk to them after they trek, I don't even know how to explain this, because you can see, unless I can see through their heart, but there is no words that will explain how these guys really, the expressions, like, it's just beyond words. It's beyond words. And unless you come and see it and experience it, there is no way, there is no one, there is no word, there is nothing that is ever going to tell you how this is, until you meet them and see how majestic they are and get to interact with them in their natural habitat. The national park is not a zoo. This is their home. This is where they were almost extinct out of, and due to conservation efforts started by Diana Fossey in the sixties and taken over by the Rwandan government and its partners and the other countries, the other two countries that have mountain gorillas, Uganda and Congo. And now the number is growing. By the way, we have over 1,000 gorillas. Come and experience it.
Yeah, I think I agree with you, Pax. The experience of seeing mountain gorillas in the wild, in their natural habitat, is something beyond my imagination.
Experiencing Rwanda's endangered primates up close has been deeply moving. Witnessing these gentle beings thriving in their natural habitat reminds us of nature's fragile beauty and our duty to protect it. Rwanda is doing an exceptional job, and with the help of supportive foreign tourism, we not only boost the economy but also ensure the preservation of these majestic creatures. While National Geographic may capture their beauty, seeing them in person is truly beyond imagination. Everyone should have the chance to experience all three species and feel the magic for themselves. As the road stretches ahead and our voices fade into the distance, we leave behind more than just a journey. We carry a story waiting to be told.